I remember right up until the accident, headed to the rink, picked up our pregame meal, and after that we head out, packed our bag, watched video in the dressing room, and got on the bus. Just like normal day, every game day we'd do that. And so we got on the bus and headed on the road, and normally like before the game, 45 minutes, 30 minutes I like to get in my suit. I usually don't wear it on the bus, it's just not that comfortable. Yeah. So yeah, got out of my suit and started talking to Nick Shemlansky in front of me. His house is actually on the way to the arena in Nipawin. So I was asking Nick, I was like, can you just show me where you live here? I want to see it. So sure enough, she's like, oh yeah, this is my crib here. And so I was like, oh, that's nice. And then Parker Tobin, a couple seats ahead, turns around, nobody cares. Whole bus bursts out laughing. And so then I chimed back in like I have to, and I said, well, I care. And so everybody just losing it now. And I put on my headphones, and that's all I remember. I didn't hear anything, didn't see anything. I had my headphones in, head down, just trying to focus. And yeah, it was 4 days after. I was on drugs at the hospital, and I think that was the main reason why I don't remember those 4 days. And so I came to terms with everything on the 4th day in the hospital, and I like kind of woke up that morning. I looked at my parents, and I was like, am I dreaming? It was just weird. I was in a hospital. I was like, am I dreaming? Because this is not right. They're like, no, you're not. And I was like, did we win our game? Did we play? They're like, no. And I was like, well, am I injured from the game? And like, they're like, no. I was like, where is everybody? Is everybody okay? And then they told me the whole accident and what all happened and all the support that we've gotten and just how big of a deal it was. And I still really couldn't believe it. So I looked at my phone. They're like, if you want, look at your phone. So I went and looked at my phone, and sure enough, just everything you saw was prayers for Humboldt or Humboldt strong, and just it was really nice to see the support, but it still really wasn't real to me at that time. And then it took me a couple days to actually fully grasp it, and they told me who's passed away and all that, and it was super tough for me for sure.
Well, 4 days later, we started realizing that he wasn't remembering stuff that we go, oh, remember this? No, I don't. And so we had to retell him all again, and his reaction was the same. Because when on the Saturday, when he kind of came to, we wanted to tell him right away that people had died and who had died, so that people didn't come and visit and say, oh, it's, so sorry to hear about Stephen. And he'd be like, what? What do you mean? So we told him, and we told him he was in a bus accident. And he says, well, this is a dream, right? This is a dream, right? And he goes, my wife said to him, it's not a dream. And he just said, oh my God. And then that's the same reaction he had when we told him, when he kind of was catching on to what happened again. And he said the exact same thing, oh my God. And he said, this is a dream, right? And he said, no, it's real. Lots of celebrities came to visit, and unfortunately Caleb doesn't remember hardly any of them.
Oh, really?
But we took pictures, and he isn't too happy with most of the pictures because he had a flat affect on his face for about 3 days, no emotion, and his eyes closed, and he wouldn't open his eyes, and there's no smiles or anything. So, it's kind of strange that way, but he was just so funny, and he swore a lot, which he never does. And so I thought it might be locker room talk. And so I asked the boys, and they said, we don't think we've heard Dolly swear once all year. And they said, it's kind of funny, and yet it's kind of concerning that he's like this. But I mean, it was like somebody knocked funny into him. He was hilarious. It was a bad situation, but it kind of helped us get through it a little bit.
I don't, and I guess I was chirping Johnny Gaudreau, and he FaceTimed me, and I guess I was chirping him, so like that's not like me at all. Like I really appreciate Johnny Gaudreau, and I really like what he does on the ice. So me to chirp him was just like, what is going on? And then I don't really recall, and I guess my dad just asked the guys if I'm like this, and they're like, no, he's not. And I was like, oh well, I don't know what got into me, I guess comedian or something, but yeah, it wasn't normal Caleb, that's for sure. Sometimes have issues, just I'll come across somebody's old Instagram page and just maybe look at it a bit and just remember everything about them and how great they were. But yeah, I'm doing all right now. If I do remember it, I think I'd have a lot more mental issues for sure. But it's almost like nice in a way for me not to remember it and not to see people in lots of pain and as they're passing away. And I think that's a good thing in a way and a bad thing in a way, because it would have been nice to be there for them and remember myself being there for them. But as of right now, I'm just taking it with a grain of salt. I could come back and I could remember everything one day. So right now, it's just one step at a time.
You know, he told us, he said, they all know I love them. And he said, I'm okay with that. So, you know, I think it may hit him more as he moves along. One of his roommates was one of the guys that passed away. And when he was in the hospital one day, he went to text him. And he started the text and he stopped and he said, he's not there.
What's helped is all the support. Like, it's just been tremendous. Everybody, like everywhere I go, they asking how I'm doing and wishing me well, and that's so nice just to have that in the back of your mind. And I think also I have a really good support system at home, like great parents, friends, family. Like it's really been nice with that. So I think the process for healing has helped, and I still wish I could have went to those funerals, but hopefully I'm able to recover from that and move forward in this. Well, I mentally am ready to play hockey this fall.
Wow.
Physically, I'm not too sure, but I want to do it for everybody in that accident, and so I'm mentally ready to go. Honestly, right now, I think the biggest barrier would be my brain and my brain injury. I just want to make sure that my brain is fully healed before I do anything. And as of right now, it's looking like I can play hockey. I just need to make sure I have a full recovery. And if that takes 6 months, then that takes 6 months. If it takes 3 months, then it takes 3 months. And I'm just hoping that I can have a full recovery here. And yeah, that'd be the biggest barrier, would be my brain. No, I don't have any regrets at all. I think I'm proud to be a Bronco, and honestly, like, I wouldn't change a thing. The group that I met there was phenomenal, and they changed my life forever. The guys and the coach, the staff, everybody changed my life forever.
Wow.
And so I'm really thankful for that.
You're probably quite glad that you met those guys, aren't you?
Yeah, I really am glad I met those guys. It was one of the most tight-knit teams I've ever been on, and to be a part of that really means a lot to me. And it was a good moment, a good year in my career. Yeah, I think what I've learned is that our world is a great place, and that we all can support each other if we want to. And I'm really thankful for all their support. And I also learned that I am strong and that I am able to fight through adversity. And when life gives you a curveball, you just gotta hit it. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And I think focusing on the positives has helped me tremendously. And I want to live my rest of my life for those people in that accident.